Friday morning at 8:20 or so in the morning. We have some work going on here at the SpaceX launch site here in South Texas, Starbase. We are not in Florida, we are in fact in Texas. To the left of the gate here, we got somebody doing some masonry, concrete work, drilling some holes for that new fence. So the fence is going in, everybody. They've been installing this fence over the last several days, and they're making some of the final posts for it right now. A couple days ago, they stretched that fence all the way across here, and we were doing some video at that time, and they're going to have to finish finding a way to suspend the fence on this side. Hey, Stephanie, good morning from Australia. Well, good evening to you. Good stuff. Also, just starting my day here. It's been a productive day so far. I did my laundry yesterday, so that's the first step. All right, looking at the Starship 24 here, they are maybe going to do some preparation for possibly next week a static fire, I believe, or some type of maybe some type of event next week, because there is a marine notice that yesterday Tony shared, and this is the view of that area of the Starship. I'm also going to show another view of the launch of the orbital launch area as well. I see something interesting over there, so I'm going to get that as well. So looking at over the next several days, they may need to clear out that dirt if they're going to do a static fire. Hey Chris, images of the ballards holding the ropes. Can you explain that a little bit more, Chris? So it's 8:21 in the morning here. What are the ballards? Oh, unless you're talking about, I'll get the shot. Let me see if I get that shot now. If not, you can look back. You can look back. What's a ballard? I don't know. Oh, the sticks. Okay, well that's just a normal. That's just like any event stick there, you know, right there. You got the shot. So what are you looking at, Chris? There's someone here in the chat named Chris, and he's asking for some photos about something. Oh, you like that? That's good. Let me do that again. Hey, good morning, Tom. Okay, really? All right, I got you. Well, we got some vehicles coming down the road. Just a normal daily routine of events happening here. Starship Boca Chica. I'm wary of all those Starship people. People who aren't actually a business but use the word Starship in their name often tend up to be spam bots. Hey, Starship Boca Chica, what's your real name? A lot of times those accounts turn out to be spam accounts. Let me get a different shot here of the, this is what I was shooting for before. I get a lot of photos of this already. Oh, okay. Well, that's not a spam account. Hey, Maria Pointer, good morning. Okay. Thanks for the definition. Well, you know what I'm talking about then, because you've suffered some of the same consequences as I have as well. Yeah, good morning. Just seeing what's happening here, seeing what's happening. I do see something over to the left here, which is a little bit significant. There is a stand here next to the SpaceX crane. It looks like maybe some type of it's one of those important type of transport stands. So there's nothing over here that they would transport, but you know, maybe they're gearing up to bring down the Booster 8 or something like that, you know. I'm not sure, but something also significant this morning I see is they have these white cones on the road. So I know next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there is a marine warning or notice that I posted here yesterday. A man named Tony shared it, and so there is some type of explosion warning in a marine area around the launch site here, as well as offshore. And I'm seeing these white cones here this morning. So maybe they're planning to bring something down that they would be doing some kind of explosion or static fire type thing with. So I was speculating it could be the Starship here, or maybe they're going to bring down a booster and start testing that next week. So. Okay, Starship Station and Starship Boca Chica is definitely real and long time established. Love y'all. Good stuff. Stephanie says Section 5 of the new tower at KSC has been lifted into place. All right. And I heard there's going to be a second tower over there at the Kennedy Space Center as well. So, yeah. Hey, Maria, I did buy some land out here near the launch site, so I'm officially a Boca Chica resident, you could say, or property owner. I got 2 lots. So I've been camping out on the property. I'll get a shot here to the left in a little bit as well. Awesome. Thanks, Jerry. All right, I'm gonna move to the left here. There we go. Moving. It's gonna be shaky for about 15 seconds, and I'll have a shot of the over launch platform. I normally use 2 different cameras, and this is my iPhone. All right. We have some real nice clouds today, that's for sure. So one of my predictions is around the 2nd week of August, maybe we'll see a launch of something. Before their static fire event, or before the ignition where that explosion like a week or so ago, I was thinking and feeling maybe around August 11th or 12th, 10, 11, 12th, they would maybe do a launch. And that was from over a couple months ago. So I don't know if it's still in that time frame, but we could see something significant in the next few weeks. Get a shot of the way down this way. I can zoom in a little bit as well. I got a new domain also. I'm not going to post it here right now, but I will be. It has been set up, and it does currently redirect to the oceancam.space domain. But I got a new .com domain, and I'm excited about that. Let me get this shot going off this stuff. I looked at that hook there, I didn't see it move, so the crane is stationary right now. there's a bunch of chains hanging from the overlaunch mount or platform, and there's a lot of speculation that the table over here on the right will get lifted with those chains to the underside of the launch platform. I don't do a lot of Discord. I don't do any Discord at the moment, so thank you for the invite, and I should just go in and accept the invite, but yeah, that's why I haven't accepted the invite. I just don't use Discord anymore. But maybe I should, you know. One of the interesting conversations I had was with a man named Chris. He does some photography here as well. He's an independent. He's not associated with anybody, but he does some recordings, and I think he uploads them as well. And he was saying that you know, they're holding off on building the catch arm for the Kennedy Space Center, etc. And there have been talks that I think by Elon and other people that they might bring that back the booster on the first launch. And the thought behind that is, you know, maybe they want to test out this catch arm here before they build the chopsticks over there for Florida. So again, they're not looking to catch the booster. They're going to hover it and then I think bring it toward the tower, and then it'll happen, you know. It's not like they're going to catch the booster. They're going to, like, just like they were going to come in and land on the parking lot here, they would hover before they actually touch the ground. So they're going to hover and then move it horizontally toward the tower. But I heard that maybe they were holding off building the chopsticks, and that would be a good reason why. Looks like they're going to lift off that piping that they attached a couple days ago. Probably that test is over. Ah, Stephanie says thank you. And, Stephanie says the first set of chopsticks for the Kennedy Space Center have been almost assembled. Well, then that theory goes out the window. Thank you, Stephanie. Good morning, John. Okay, Sir Chris, thank you. Yeah, Boca Chica, let me see, what is the website there? Starship Boca Chica here has a, I don't know if you want to share the, you can't share it here in the chat, I don't accept URLs, but I can, if you give me the word, I will repost it after this video is over in the community section here at OceanCam for people to log in and join that, what is it called? Discord channel. I'd be happy to direct people to that Discord channel. Boca Chica, Maria. Okay, Stephanie says the Kennedy Space Center chopsticks seem a lot shorter, so probably not for catching. Yeah, Discord. Yeah, Starship Boca Chica. I think you may have sent a link a few, like in the last week, and I could share that here in the chat. Well, share it on my channel. Okay, cool. All right, everybody. I will post a link later today, probably this morning, to a Discord group that you can join, run by Starship Boca Chica here, Maria Flicker. Stephanie says maybe the second tower will go at the F9 landing zone for catching. Good stuff. Good stuff. So that's all I got this morning. That's everything. I'll do about another 10 minutes and then I'll close it down. Yep, wait and see, right? I get a shot of the orbital launch platform there. I did a video yesterday, which was viewed. I got a lot of views for the type of video that I did. It was fun. It was the game over, and all I can say is watch that video over and over. It's a great video, and there's a lot of meaning to it. Yeah, good stuff. It might be a new form of video that I do here. So. Got like over 25 comments. I'm branching out in different ways of making video and presenting the information. So, but we're pretty close to a launch here, everybody, and that is a game over. So. No. Right, let me get a zoom in on this, the 7.1. They're gonna lift that piece out of there. Chris says he's developing a sim and he made a Hall of Fame to honor the content providers he watches. I'm one of them. Awesome. Yeah, Chris, yeah, put a link or direct people to the, maybe just by name, Ocean Camera Space Corp. I don't know if you're doing links, put a link too, but yeah, Ocean, it could be oceancamera.space or oceancam.space is the domain that I'm probably going to keep for a long time. Cool. I appreciate it, Chris. Good stuff. Right now, I'm looking for different companies that might be worth buying, because if you structure a board and if you hire a bunch of people who can be the team, like experienced people in a certain field, if you hire them and you give them stock, and then the immediate goal is to buy out another company which is cash flow positive, then that's a viable model. So I'm looking for a team. Well, I'm not looking for a team. I'm looking for a business worth buying out in the space-related sector that's cash flow positive, that maybe the owner wants to sell, and then I could form the board and the team for that specific company, and we could buy it out, you know, and then that would give us income here at Ocean Cam. If you have any ideas, if you heard about anything, or if you know any companies or any founders that want to sell what they have, reach out to me. info@oceancam.space. I've figured out the stock distribution over the last, how many months has it been? It's been 10 months. I've been thinking about it, and 2 days ago I figured out the stock model. It hasn't rained here for a while, and it's good because we don't have any, hardly many mosquitoes. We do have some mosquitoes now for some reason or another, but we don't have nearly as many as we would if it were raining a lot. So what that also means is we have a bunch of dust, and so that's there is dust here at the launch site. Starship, Boca Chica, awesome. See ya. I'm out of here soon too, about 5 minutes. Good stuff, good stuff. We're losing the connection here for one reason or another. Let me know if we still have video and audio. All right, they're lifting that pipe. Thanks, Tom. We briefly lost the connection there. That is I think the pressure regulator we had installed a couple days in the last week. What About It is here, so you might check their channel for a really good close-up. Maybe they'll post some of these shots later tonight or something like that. I believe NSF has a truck here, a camera here as well, so they'll have the shot as well, maybe in the same or better quality. Just a little piece coming down. Yeah, Lab Popper is down the ways there too. They may have a shot of it as well. So. Yesterday, some sort of thrust puck was delivered to the build site. I got some video of that. It was a more elaborate puck than I've seen before, and that is, I believe, the Raptors connect to that. So that's going to be for another Starship, or maybe it's for a booster or something. I'm not sure. Look, it looked pretty elaborate. More elaborate than I've seen other thrust pucks. So maybe check out that video if you haven't seen it already. We might see that roll out of here, so I think I'll keep filming until it becomes apparent what they're going to do with that piece they just lowered down there. Looks like they have it on the back of some type of flatbed or something. So if they do wheel it out of here, I'm going to keep streaming until it becomes apparent what they do with that thing there. Looks like maybe it's on the back of a truck or something. So we might get a much better shot of it in a few minutes. There is no road closure for today, so it's just a work day here. I did see yesterday, I posted a video of them lifting one of those white methane tanks. Those are the methane extraction tanks, I believe. So I'm gonna take another look at what they're doing with that tank, because that's pretty interesting that they're moving around those methane tanks. Steffi says the piece that was removed from booster 7.1 is called a vent stack, comprising of powered valves. A vent stack. Interesting. Go, Aggie. I suspect that then they could change the amount of pressure that the tank would be subject to, you know. If they wanted to test if the tank could withstand a certain pressure, they could maybe open or close a little bit those valves to get a different good stuff. Nice. To test a different pressure inside the tanks here. I'm gonna move to the left here, then we get a better shot of that truck and see if it's gonna be able to move this way or not, and make a decision then whether or not to keep videoing. Here we go, moving left. There we go. Yeah, I think that's it. It doesn't appear to be attached to anything. There is a vehicle behind it, but I think it's not attached to the hitch there. So that won't be coming out, not yet, unless they go and attach something. So I'm gonna end the stream here. Thanks for joining in. Oh, you think that's for 7.1? Oh, that's interesting. Well, maybe I should stay. That hook is lowering. Then some of the other things they could do is to attach the straps next, attach the straps to the top of the 7.1, and then eventually lift it onto that stand over there. That's pretty interesting. I could see that sequence of events. I agree, Stephanie. Yeah, that's lift it would be a logical next step, or at least attaching with the straps. I don't see any SPMTs nearby. Possibly underneath that stand back there, there could be an SPMT. You know, maybe it's already there. I don't see anything though. No. Purpose of Ocean Camera Space Corp is to video the liquid oceans on every moon, planet, asteroid in the solar system, and to harvest the water to sustain human life in space. There's many moons in the solar system. There's over 200 moons. There's probably a lot more planets in our solar system than we realize. And there are numerous asteroids in the Oort cloud. Between Mars and Jupiter, there's a lot of asteroids out there, and you never know what's on those. You know, we don't really know what's out there. So there's a lot more exploration to be done here in the solar system. Okay, Starship 4000 says the 5th segment has been lifted over there in Florida. Sir Chris. Yeah, we got an oxygen tanker coming through. The guy actually waved to us. Good stuff. But he did wave. Truck driver. Alright. Now we get some green straps this time. Starship 4000, I did not see the flaps move on Starship 24. I was out here, but maybe not long enough to see that happen. They are next to the, I guess I should get a shot of that as well. The flaps are currently, thanks for mentioning it, next to the sides of the Starship. I will stay here briefly, but I will eventually get that shot this morning of the flaps, the forward flaps of the Starship. They're next to the sides of the 24. Passing, good morning. Got a sponsor here, boattransportquotes.com, boattransportquotes.com. If you have a boat you want hauled or something like that, reach out to them, and they'll give you a quote on moving your ship or your yacht or your sailboat, whatever it is, your motorboat. Maybe you got a submarine you want moved around. boattransportquotes.com, everybody. I haven't been on a boat in a while either, so. Actually, last year I bought a kayak from Walmart, and I was on that for several times, so that's a little bit, there's a boat right there, so. All right, this is kind of a unique setup here for this lifter. As Stephanie says, there is an SPMT over there, so good stuff. Thank you. Maybe more than one, huh? Maybe two, you were saying? Good stuff. All right, it does look like they're going to be lifting something, and it is a good thought that they might be lifting the 7.1, considering they just took that pipe off the top of it. I'll get a shot of the top of the Starship like I was talking about briefly, and I'll come back to this shot here. To the right here, we got the Starship 24. And we're gonna look at the forward flaps here. Yesterday they were all extended, and you can see here, I could see that the flaps are next to the body of the Starship right now, so they did move them, you know. I don't see them moving right now, but they were outstretched before. And we can see there's a lift over there too. Going back to that lift that we're watching. Okay, NSF has a video of the moving of the flaps. We have a membership here on the channel for Not 100, but for $1.99. It's not $199 anymore to be a monthly member. It's only $1.99. It could be $199, but just $1.99, less than the cost of a Starbucks coffee. You're going to be a member for 1 month here at Ocean Can. That money goes toward camera equipment, streaming software, gasoline, food, clothing, etc., etc. Welcome, Stephanie, as a Falcon Heavy OCSC member. Thank you. Good to see you here again. Good stuff. Thank you. Stephanie says that they may move the stand soon to be closer to the 7.1. Starship 4000 asked, do you think SpaceX might transfer their crane to Florida? I don't think so. I think they're going to keep this site active to some degree, and they're going to need that here. I don't know how expensive those cranes are, but they can't be that expensive, so they could probably just buy another one, or rent another one. They put that crane together right here, so, you know, they'd probably just buy another one. got two dump trucks going in there. Maybe they're going to pick up dirt from that Starship area and move it out. That'd be my guess. Unless they're bringing in dirt from somewhere else. I will keep my eyes open there. Got two more dump trucks coming down the road too. So. These guys look empty to me, so I believe they're going to be hauling out some of that soil and dirt over there by the Starship. That's four dump trucks. There's a skid steer back there. Maybe there will be something bigger that can load those trucks up. Maybe. That would lean on the side of something, some kind of Starship activity next week, if they move all that soil out of here this weekend. So the overview of the site, it is a Friday, so there will be people going to the beach. They're still working here. There's parking lot is mostly full to the left and to the right with work trucks, etc. So. But this afternoon, this evening, there will be a lot of people trickling in to go to the beach. And most likely, well, since we saw 4 dump trucks come in already, we're probably going to see all day long, they're going to be bringing in and taking out dump trucks. Probably moving this soil to the what is it called? Either just up the road there at the satellite area. They started dumping a lot of dirt over there at the roadblock area. Or maybe they're going to start taking it to Massey's gun range, which they now own, and storing that dirt, piling it up over there at the gun range. That's there's a lot of acreage over there at the gun range, and that's an easy place for them to put stuff. Got some venting over there from maybe that auction tanker that I just pulled in, or another one. I think that's the auction one we just saw briefly earlier. Let me get that shot here. It was an interesting article I saw over in the last 7 days, how solar panels could be used to manufacture aviation gasoline, which is really kerosene. I might have to move, we'll see. Let's see if this guy makes it. Oops. I believe I reposted that article. Maybe not. Maybe I sent it to somebody, but not to the group. There's an article out there about somebody who was able to do about, I think, 4% or something. What is it? 4% efficiency of using these solar cells to manufacture kerosene, which is aviation gasoline. So if you have solar panels, and if you have a lot of them, you can use them to manufacture aviation gasoline. So that'd be a viable business idea. And I saved the information, so that is something you might look into if you're interested in starting a business or something like that. If you are looking to learn more about what's going on here at OceanCam, check out the video from yesterday morning. I think it was a general live stream, end notes. I added the word end notes to the description of the video, the title, and then I'll tell you the current, just listen. I think it's it's less than an hour live stream, and I did chat about all sorts of things, and you might check that out to see how it's, the current situation here at OceanCam and the ideas and steps that I'm moving forward. I took some action on one of those things last night, and I bought the domain that I mentioned in the video. I was re-watching the video and I said, I should buy it now. So I went and I bought that domain that I mentioned. So it's now part of the holdings here at OceanCam. It's a really good name for a .com URL, and happy that I got it. Yeah, so Stephanie says they may put that 7.1 right back onto the ground in front of us. So that would be awesome, Stephanie. I hadn't thought of that. I had not thought of that. So thanks for the saying that. That'd be something fun to wait for, to see. Yeah, they don't need a stand. They just put it on the ground. All right. Good stuff. Sir Chris says no, it's going on the stand over there to the right. We will see. We shall see. Stephanie says they'll have to put it on this transport stand. Starting to get sunny out here. We have some clouds. Clouds have been protecting the camera from the sun. But if they come out, if the sun comes out a little bit more, I will go get the umbrella and hold it over the iPhone to protect it. The sun is shining through some of these clouds here right now. It's starting to get brighter. See if the clouds can hold up or they're going to burn away. What I can tell you about some of the music I put on the videos is that I would encourage you to watch videos with your significant other, if you have a significant other. And if you're just in the, in the space field and you don't have a wife, a girlfriend, a husband, etc., partner, whatever, I would encourage you to maybe put some work into that. Yeah, coming out with the soil, everybody. So that's what they're doing. They're loading out the soil from over there at Starship 24. Maybe it's not from there, but it could be from the Starship 24 area. There's a lot of soil out here that they could offload, but they got 4 dump trucks they brought in, so there's 3 left, and we're going to be seeing those coming out with soil as well. Because the more you develop in the science and space sector, the less of a chance you will have to meet people who might be a match for you. And the more complex you become, the less you will have grown with somebody else, and the more finished you will be, and the less of a flexibility there will be for you as far as your identity. So it might be beneficial to, as your interest in space, science, reality increases, to spend more time having fun, because yeah, I just said it. The majority of people in the science space sector are men, at least on my channel. It's about 97% men, and maybe 2.5 to 3% women. So that in itself is an indicator of at least the audience that I have. If you think you're gonna come to SpaceX and work here and meet a girlfriend, etc., just know that it's a 9-to-1 ratio of men to women. So the odds of you meeting a woman here at SpaceX or on some other science space involved thing is most likely slim to none. If you're a woman coming into the space sector, you have great odds and you have nothing to worry about. But if you're a man looking for a partner in the science field, you're going to be in for you know, I'm not going to predict, but you should start expanding now while you have time. And if you're already older, then that's too bad. But no. So that's why I put some of that music in the videos that a lot of people don't like. But it's to open up your soul, so to open up the people to more possibilities. And if you are with somebody while you're watching those videos, it's a good thing as well. So, yeah. Plutonium-239 says SpaceX is more like Space Corps. Do you agree? They're an exploration company. I don't know what you mean, Plutonium-239. Maybe describe it a little bit more. I have seen a video one time, I don't know how correct it is, that Elon has been helping in the development of submarines with different weapon systems on them. So he's been, as far as the video that I watched, was involved in designing some of the newer submarines that either exist or will exist in the future, with different aircraft that fold up. Pretty interesting design for an aircraft carrier. So I believe Elon is, and we have seen Elon sit down with a general, I think an Air Force general or something like that. And so he is in discussions and has contracts with defense contracts, which is, defense is another word for war. So Elon is involved in the war sector, although we see the public side here at SpaceX on display. There is another side to SpaceX, which is defense related, which means war. They're making money off of war. Morning, bro. Good seeing you still rolling live. Hey, Lauren. Are you back in town? I remember you reaching out saying you were coming back to town. Good stuff. Every day is a new day, Lauren. That's all I can say. If we could get the crypto sector back to $50,000 or so, 54,000, that'd be a good thing. Then we'd be rolling. Or if we could get the interest rate and the bond issues in the United States solved, that would be a new day as well. Yeah. They're almost finished connecting this 7.1 to the lift there, and if you're just joining in, looks like they're going to be lifting that and moving it somewhere. Coming back on the 3rd, says Lauren. Good on you. Hey, Martin. I was doing a lot of personal hotspot stuff over the last week, and I think I ran out of all my 40 gigabytes of personal hotspot time. So I got to find a way to make it possible to stream at a fast rate from my phone to my other camera. Otherwise, I got to wait till sometime in August for the ability to stream with the Nikon camera again. That's why I'm not streaming with it right now. I just ran out of minutes for the personal hotspot from the iPhone to the laptop. I might be able to use a USB connector to the Lightning to connect the internet from the iPhone to the laptop, but I'm not sure that's possible. I'm gonna give that a shot. Yeah, there looks like they just removed the pipe from the top of the 7.1. Those two-sided pipe with the two regulators on it, and it looks like now they're gonna lift the 7.1 off of the whatever it's sitting on. They're gonna lift it and move it. It is July 29, 2022. As of yet, the basic summary is we have not seen a launch of the Starship booster combination yet. In this year of 2022, we're still looking forward to a launch of the Starship booster combo as a proof of concept for future launches. The orbital launch tower here at Texas Starbase launch site has not been used yet, and we still have some questions about whether it will clear the tower and whether this whole orbital launch complex will work as planned. So that's some of the drama behind where we're at this moment in history. There are some other space agencies which are in competition with SpaceX here, and there are some legal battles going on regarding certain things, and also competition for contracts. At the moment, NASA is the government branch of our space agency here in the United States, is awarding contracts to certain companies, and SpaceX is in competition with other companies for those contracts. NASA, again, is a branch of the United States government, an independent branch, so they get the money from the taxpayers, but they're not voted in or liable to the taxpayers because they're an independent government agency like the CIA. NASA has just like SpaceX, NASA, the government agency that we call NASA, has a defense side as well as a public side, and the two do not coexist. Here in the public sector, we see some of the public face of NASA, but we do not see the military side of NASA. So again, NASA is just another name for the United States government, and when NASA says something, it's really the United States government did something. So any accomplishment by NASA is really an accomplishment of the American people. And when we see that NASA launched the Webb telescope into space, it's really a celebration of the United States people having launched that telescope up there into space. So congratulations to the people of the United States of America for launching the James Webb Space Telescope and supporting our government agency called NASA in that endeavor. We got a lot of traffic going back and forth. That's why I got the zoomed out view here. A lot of people coming in and out here today. That would be a good indicator for big things to come, because they're not this active every day. And next week again, from August 1st to the 4th, there is a marine explosion type of warning, which includes the launch site here. So they are doing a lot of preparation for something next week. David and Teresa, good stuff. Happy Friday. Yep. Happy Friday. Martin says the James Webb Space Telescope was way over budget, but still they got permission. Hey Martin, what I heard about the JWST is that it was an offshoot of a military program, and they actually used most of their time building them weapons, space-based weapon systems, and after many years of nothing to show for the money they got, they put together the James Webb Space Telescope, and and then they said this is where all the money went. So the James Webb Space Telescope looks like a really good thing for the public sector, like something very honest and good. But it's what I believe, as far as the information I've received, is that it's really an offshoot of where the money actually got spent in the military sector. And this is something not as good or as powerful as what's already developed in the military sector. And this is just something to appease the public for all the money that they took. Hey Alan, good morning. Davis B says they have had the maritime warning in place for the last 3 weeks or so. Oh, Davis, question about that. Is this, have they had it in place just for this time frame, August 1st to the 5th, or has it extended prior to that in July? Did that warning exist in July as well, or was it just something that they've had in place for the August 1st to the 5th time frame? Okay, David says that marine warning was in place for July as well. Okay, well that changes things here. Each week they have posted one for Monday through Thursday. It looks like a shift change. Yeah, let's see what time it is. It is 9:44 in the morning.
Quería verte la tuerca mojosa. Por eso la tiré al piso para que te agacharas, güey. ¿Dónde está toda mojada? Está toda barrida.
I'm gonna move the camera. Someone's got to do something. I'll move back to that spot in a little bit. Someone's got to pull out with their vehicle. Yeah, this could be a shift change, yeah. Maybe this is the night shift getting off or something. I'm not sure. We do have a PayPal donation section in the description of this video. Donations help the channel keep going. It helps us buy new equipment, etc., buy food, etc. At the moment, I don't have another job, but I might need to get another job. You can also subscribe or hit the thumbs up if you like the content. That always helps. Davis says, I think one of the first maritime warnings was posted right before the B7 boom. There has been one in place each week since. Okay, that would make sense. Martin just got his finished his first week on the new job, and a lot to learn, many impressions. Good stuff. Okay, I'm going to move back to the right here. The vehicle's just pulled out. I'm going to go get my truck too, and I'll park here, so I'll be good to go. Let me just a minute. I'm going to leave this camera here. I'll go get my truck, and I'll see you back in a little bit. See you soon. I'm gonna move this for a second. I'll be back.
Put back in. What's that?
I'm just gonna move my truck in.
Oh, you're gonna move it?
I'll be back. All right, got my truck here. That's the big thing. Hey, Pilgers, nice to see you. Yeah, the weekend will be tonight, starting tonight. Okay, Davis says, I think it's kind of automatic, so SpaceX has options to do this kind of test when needed. Yeah, that's good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, I think we could have a launch in a couple of weeks. Elon, Martin says, Elon just tweeted, I can't say for sure that Starship will reach escape velocity, but my hubris certainly has escape velocity. Good stuff, good stuff. Me too. That's right. Too bad, huh? You doing audio? Okay. Yeah. So Martin, what I think he's saying is, so if we look at that statement, he says, Elon just tweeted, I can't say for sure that Starship will reach escape velocity, but my hubris certainly has. I don't know the exact definition of hubris, but that means maybe his, look it up, look at his, that has reached escape velocity. So I don't remember the exact definition of that, but that's what he meant. David says it might be longer until an orbital attempt. I have heard from Chris, again, that guy, that other photographer, not with NSF, but there's another Chris, and he was saying that they've already transferred several of the Raptors onto the Booster 8. So the Booster 8 is coming along, and maybe they'll be ready to do something with it. So Davis says hubris is excessive pride or self-confidence. So his pride and self-confidence have achieved escape velocity. That's good stuff. I like it. That makes sense. You got to be confident, or you got to have faith in what you're doing for it to happen, right? Sometimes. I mean, if we're talking about something easy, then maybe you don't need as much faith and confidence. But when you're doing something new or something grand, you know. Hey, Tom. Says Booster 7 likely to the Rocket Garden. There have been some, you know, there is talk about sending a Starship, moving a Starship to the airport here, and as of yet it hasn't happened, but there is always a chance that they'll move or assemble on site a Starship over there at the Brownsville International Airport. They do launch the Falcon rocket all the time, so they have a lot of experience launching combined rockets. And so the concept of a Starship and a booster launching together isn't that hard to imagine, and have experience with relighting the second stage, separating the two. So the Starship booster combo is really just a larger Falcon combination. Got another pile of dirt leaving the launch site here. So I think it's a good risk to launch them both together and see what happens. Probably only get one shot at it, so it's probably a one shot thing, So. Okay, so there's some other photographers next to me. We got What About It here, Chief, and we also got Mary of an NSF is here, and we got that's it. So I got two people next to me. So. RL 1969-1 says the SN8 wing flap is on display at Brownsville Airport. Cool. Good comment there. Passing says, if I was there, I would get myself a food truck. That way I had a business, and then on top of the truck, I would mount my cameras. That is a good idea, Passing. Good stuff. I could look into that. Tom, that's correct. Yeah, maybe instead of not wishing that there would be a food truck that I could buy from, maybe just have my own, right? Good stuff, Tom. Yeah, and put a Starlink on top, huh? That's a good idea too. and rent out connection service, huh? Let me get some water. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. That is a really good idea. I could see myself buying a bunch of food and selling it here, packaged food, prepackaged food, and make a little profit and serve a purpose while I sit here. Right? That'd be good. Really good idea. I don't know about having something that I make here. Yeah, I think I would make a bunch of money. Yeah, thanks, Tom. It'd be good advertising too. Maybe I could have napkins or something that say Ocean Cam on it or something. Ocean Cam Foods. Ocean Foods. Ocean Foods. Boca Chica. Ocean Foods Boca Chica or something like that. What do you think I should name it? Rockets and hot dogs, Tom? Yeah, I'm mostly vegetarian, so I don't do any meat myself. So I'm all about like granola bars or popcorn, or I don't do any chips, but maybe chips. Starting to get a little windy. What else? Sun's starting to come out as well. Yeah, what are some packaged foods that people might want out here besides just straight out candy? You know, candy is easy. I could get some. I could sell candy, but I'd like to sell something a little bit people would want, but that wouldn't like kill them, you know, outright, just kill them, you know. You have a lot of sugar and stuff like that, that's just going to be bad for your teeth and everything else. So trying to sell something that people would want to, and not only want, but they would be good for them, you know? And it wouldn't cost a lot of money. I'll have to, maybe some what about some rice cakes? You get those at Walmart for like $3. Maybe buy some rice cakes and sell them for $5 or something. I don't know. I gotta get something. Get a wholesale account. Ocean Organics. That's a nice one. Ocean Organics. Passing. Awesome. So the purpose of Ocean Camera Space Corp is to video the liquid oceans on every moon, planet, asteroid in the solar system, and to harvest the water to sustain human life in space. So subscribe for a drink refers to the fact that there is no water, there's not ample amounts of water on a space station. The air on a space station is terrible. I am told, I've heard that if you imagine a bunch of people get together and they recycle the air over years, that one of the things the astronauts have to get used to is the foul smell of the air on the International Space Station when they get up there. That's one of the first things that they notice. So the water and the air and the environmental services up there in space are not very good. So they can't be taking baths or hot tub saunas or anything like that up there on the International Space Station, because the cost of water in space is about anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 a pound up there in space. So subscribe for a drink refers to the fact that the cost of water in space, the cost of, say, a gallon of water up there in space would be about 6 pounds. That would be about $60,000. So if you were to order, say Amazon, you want Amazon to deliver a gallon of water to you out there around Jupiter in your spacecraft, it would cost at least $60,000 just to get it up there into low Earth orbit, and then many more thousands of dollars to get that water over to you around Jupiter in your spaceship. So subscribe for a drink refers to the fact that we're going to have to do some things so that we can have bars up there in space. If you want to be on your awesome cruiser or your spaceship hovering on another planet or something, we're going to have to find that water. And Ocean Camera Space Corp is about finding that water fast. We don't want to be having our children find that water. We don't want our grandchildren finding that water. I don't have any kids, so my children don't have any possibility of finding the water because I don't have any children. But if I did have kids, my kids would have to, maybe their kids would have to find the water, because NASA is not going to help you find that water. I don't think NASA has any plans to take surface level video imagery of water on another moon in our solar system and show it to us. At least the current administration. So there's a lot of things in the way preventing us from getting that video imagery. You know, a lot of people want people to be working for them here on the planet. A lot of news companies, news agencies want you to think and buy exactly what they want you to think and buy. So if you start going out there into space and making your own water and thinking your own things, that is outside the box. That is, they're going to be losing customers. You're going to be losing control. They're going to lose control. So they don't want to lose control. You know, they're at the top of the pyramid, and they want your money, they want your attention, they want your sweat and blood. They actually want your blood a lot, I believe. So by this Ocean Camera Space Corp mission of the focus of getting that surface level and subsurface level ocean video imagery is to provide life, you know, the ability to be out there in your little spaceship drinking your drink, you know. Or maybe you want to grow some crops so that you can eat something in addition to drinking your whiskey. I don't drink any alcohol, so I really don't know I don't know what it is like to drink whiskey, but I've heard that it is something that people like to do. But if you want to drink some water out there in space, in your cruiser around another planet or moon, or maybe maybe you want to go faster than the speed of light in your new special spaceship, you're still going to have some water in that ship so that you can live long enough to see the other side of the galaxy. And so we're here to help you get that video imagery, and then to extract the water, and we can put it in a container so that you can do what you want with that water. So. Passing says, find a moon or planet with hydrogen and you got water. I quit drinking alcohol too, says Martin. Good stuff. Oh yeah, so passing, that's true. Yeah, the International Space Station has a foul smell to it. I've just go on the internet, on YouTube, and watch some astronaut videos about what it's like to live on the International Space Station. And that's some of the info you will gather if you watch the full videos of some of these astronauts speaking about their experience out there in space. Solange says, hey Paul, you could sell fresh fruit from your trees when they grow. I like that a lot, Solange. It does take a while for trees to grow, so that may be around 4 years from now when they could produce fruit to the point where I'd want to be selling the fruit. But maybe I could sell some cactus fruit. Yeah, good stuff. Thanks, Solange. It's something I can dream about for the future. So subscribe for a drink means subscribe for a drink in space. So subscribe for a drink. You click that subscribe button. If you haven't done it already, give it a thumbs up and support the finding of that water out there in space, not from orbit. We don't want to take the pictures from orbit and say we have detected using our spectrophotometers that somewhere down there on the planet at a much smaller pixelation than we can really decipher the actual contents of that area of land or water. There might be some water down there. We want to actually go there. Maybe we send one of these Elon robots down there, you know, just like Iron Man. Iron Man can fly, right? So maybe we can just skip having a ship and we just have this robot with these feet and hand thrusters that go down to the moon or planet. A lot of these moons don't have an atmosphere, so once we get into orbit, we can just have the robot go to the surface of the planet pretty easily. So if the robot has these thrusters like Iron Man on his hands and feet, and if instead of being a human inside that robot, we have just 100% robot, maybe it can even be something that we can move and direct like we would in some of those movies. And then we can actually more easily take that surface level and subsurface level video imagery. Maybe we have a waterproof robot that instead of having a submarine, this robot can go directly under the ocean, through the ice, under the ocean, maybe on Enceladus, where we're looking at there's already stripes, there's already streaks, and the water's already seeping out of the South Pole, if we want to call it the South Pole of Enceladus. So there's already an entrance for the water to be seeping out of that South Pole. So if we have one of these robots with maybe multiple cameras on it, with I guess maybe part of its robot body could be a high gain antenna, then we just direct this robot into whatever pathway exists in the South Pole, where the water's already seeping out of Enceladus into the orbit around Saturn. I believe it's the E-ring. Water vapor ring around Saturn coming from Enceladus. If we can have that robot go through that opening into the ocean underneath the ice on Enceladus and take that video imagery, that will be an accomplishment of the Ocean Cam mission. The first part of the mission. The second part will be putting a pump into that ocean and pumping it into a container. Once we pump that water into a container, then we will have something which can be transported and shipped all over the galaxy and also all over the solar system, because standardized shipping containers have already been integrated into our transportation system, and that will be a huge step forward for moving that water around the solar system. Zigama says, Zigamus Wizard says, nice name. Remember that to get a tree to start making fruit, you must graft on a branch from a tree that is making fruit. Zigamus, that may be one method, and maybe it's one that we would need out there in space. So, but also some trees are self-fertile, so they have both they don't need a second tree, so they got it all in the one tree. So some trees are self-fertile, and then also another solution around that is just to plant more trees, more than one tree, more than one variety of the same type of tree, and then you will get pollination as well. So yeah, the Tesla robots, Tesla bots, Martin, that's it. Turning Tesla bots into Ultron. I mean, that's the whole goal, right? A lot of people, Michael Maxey says, Ultron. We watched those cartoons as kids, and now we're making it into a reality. Now we, those kids of the past, have the vision as well as the money and the businesses and the passion to bring those things into reality. MBB, awesome, from Germany, awesome. Yeah, Michael Maxey says, no road closure for today, Friday, July 29th. So testing scheduled for today. No testing scheduled for today. Only housekeeping. Yeah. A lot of trucks today. A lot of trucks today. A lot of vehicles moving in and out of this launch site. More so than most other days. Maybe I'll keep it zoomed out for a while, huh? They still got the green light on the crane there, so that still indicates that they're preparing to lift. There's a bunch of people on the orbital launch platform too. There's a couple lifts on the, well, cherry pickers on the chopsticks as well. Zigamus, I've never heard of the 40 fruit tree. 40 different stone fruits on a single tree. Zigamus, 40 fruit tree. The benefit of creating a company with over 500 employees is you get a lot of tax benefits. So if you have a company, I would suggest, if you have the inspiration for your company, if you actually want to grow it and makes it big, make it over 500 or more people, because you got a lot of tax benefits when you got a big business rather than just a smaller business. My understanding of the tax code is that they want businesses to employ people. So if you're gonna go out there and employ people, if you're gonna give people options and jobs and stuff, then the government likes that, and they give you a tax benefit. Yeah, so I think it's a really good thing, Martin. Yeah, I do think it's fair. I heard recently that the people living in Switzerland get like a stipend every year, maybe 40,000 euros or something like that. So imagine you're a citizen of Switzerland, and you don't actually have to do any work to be guaranteed a certain amount of money every year. So that's how it's over there in Switzerland. So here in the United States, we actually have to do some work to make money, unless you have a trust fund or something like that, or some wealthy parents that want to just give you money. That's, you know, if you have a small business, you get taxed. If you're a sole proprietor, you get taxed more than if you're a big business. And the reason for that is you're not really employing anybody. You're just kind of selfish in a certain type of way, or don't have time to be thinking about other things, and you've just got your little project, or maybe it's not little, but it is your project, and you're in full control of it. But the more people you employ, the more the government's happy in a certain way, because you're, instead of people being on unemployment, you're giving them an option. So it's costing the government less. If when you're giving people a job, they're actually making money, and the government doesn't have to give money, free money on unemployment. So if they've set the rule, I believe, at 500 people. If you employ over 500 or more people, you get some tax benefits, and that makes a lot of sense, because maybe half of that would be on unemployment, and it'd be costing the government money. So you're actually making more money for the government by employing a lot of people. Hey Bugatti, I don't know what the average income here for a laborer is. I don't think they have any laborers here. Like some of the chat here said, there are a lot of subcontractors. Michael Maxey says many of the construction workers are subcontractors, so they don't actually work for SpaceX. Even the welders were not SpaceX employees. I've heard there are some welders who do work for SpaceX directly, but most of the welders that got fired a while back didn't actually work for SpaceX. They worked for a subcontractor. So they finished their job, and then they subcontractor fired them. Gold Bugatti, 12563. Good stuff. For a welder, I think they make about $30 an hour or something like that. Is what I heard from somebody. All the way up to $60 or so an hour. So the engineers make less than $60 an hour, I believe, but some of the really good welders make around $60 an hour. But the beginning welders make around 30, is what I heard. Okay, so I will write down the name of that tree, 40 fruit tree. I'll look it up, Zygmus. Thanks, because I just ordered these seeds yesterday to a durian tree. So I got some durian seeds on the way from Sri Lanka for $5. You believe that? $5 to buy some durian seeds, including shipping. I'm gonna go write down that fruit tree name. I'm back. That's the third dump truck to leave, packed full of dirt. Over 2 hours into the stream here. Good stuff. Yeah, that's going to be a good tree to look into. Thanks. Yeah, if I could plant one tree or several of them with 40 different fruits on it, that would be awesome. But it looks like you're saying they have to graft all those onto it, so maybe it would be an expensive tree. Wow. Martin asked, can you get work easily at Starbase? I would say no. The answer to that question is no. Over the last year, I got here in March of last year. I probably applied in April for work at SpaceX. April, May, June, July. It's been over 15 months of having filed different job applications at SpaceX. And I am 46 and I am outspoken. And maybe I'm already serving the type of job that they would want someone to serve of my skills and capabilities. But I've never received an interview option. I've gotten a lot of this position has been filled, or you're no longer in consideration for this job, this type of thing. But I've never gotten a actual conversation with anybody at SpaceX over the last 16 months of having filed applications to work at SpaceX. So I would say it is not easy to get a job at SpaceX unless you are unless you're a cookie cutter right out of college or soon to be out of college. They like younger people. Everybody likes the vitality of youth and the somewhat innocence and spirit de corps of the full of life young person who thinks who's knowledgeable about a certain small line of application. They don't like, I guess maybe they don't like when people ask questions. So I am 46 and I was 45 when I started applying for jobs, Martin, here at SpaceX. And my specific expertise are in the area of aviation flight. I have a commercial instrument pilot's license. I am an author. Of course, I'm a video photographer. I have been in the military for a short period of time. I have jumped out of several airplanes. I have a scuba diving license. I have, what else do I have? I have a drone license, commercial drone license. And I have experience as a meditator. So I have been off the planet out of body, and I have written a book about out of body experiences, which is a lot. We know the touch, sight, hearing, smell, and taste. Those are 5 different senses that many engineers are familiar with. But when we get into intuition, when we get into out-of-body experiences, when we get into sixth sense, or there's really an infinite number of senses, what they're looking at here is making rocket ships here at SpaceX. I haven't applied to Tesla, and I'm sure maybe I can more easily get a job at Tesla working in an auto factory, or you might too. If you're an engineer just coming out of college, there's a good hope that you will be able to get a job here at spacex.com/careers. You can find and apply for many different jobs. There is, for instance, there is an individual who was around 19 years old, was not a college graduate at all, but got a job as a technician here on the launch site. So I have applied for those positions, but of course, I am an older individual, and I am no less strong than someone who's younger than me. I am more, what is it called? you could call me philosophical, but in my experience, it's not philosophy, it's experiential. And I am not as fooled as someone who might be younger than me. So, and I might pose a competition for people who have been there longer. So people who have not done any meditation as I have, I've done many years of meditation. I'm not in the competition sphere, but people who are in a dog-eat-dog world, who are vying for the higher position to get more money, to get status, those people are probably afraid of me, because I pose a threat to their perceived notion of job stability. And I also bring in more knowledge from the meditation sphere. There's over 1 billion people in India who believe, as I do, that there's more than 5 senses. And so what we're looking at here is a machine factory, a factory. Ideally, this will be an automated space rocket facility where there will be no people involved. So it will be pure engineering, and they will launch these rockets up there into space and achieve domination over the solar system. And so they will, that's what they're gearing up for here at SpaceX. So maybe they don't want any aberrations, maybe they don't want any deviations, they don't want any outside knowledge other than what they're trying to pursue and achieve here at SpaceX. So an enlightened yogi is not really something they care for. Michael Maxey says, engineers make approximately 150,000 to 200,000 a year. Yep, that's true. So if you're a young engineer and you have, if you're good at what you do, you got a good chance of getting hired by SpaceX. But you gotta remember, SpaceX is just one of many space companies. And so there are other companies you could work at besides SpaceX and make just as much money. If your driver is money, you can make more money at a different place. And we're out here in South Texas, and believe me, there aren't any restaurants around here. So if you have the opportunity to get a job at SpaceX or another company, and the other company is located in Santa Monica or Florida, that's probably a bigger draw. I mean, some of the engineers that have worked here have gone elsewhere because, you know, there's no restaurants. You got one restaurant that's privately owned by SpaceX. Maybe there's 2 other smaller places here at SpaceX. It's all kind of close to the outside world. So you're kind of in like, you know, those little spheres that you shake up and you get the snow sphere. Kind of like a little enclosed world here. And to actually get to Brownsville, where the population doesn't really embrace SpaceX at the moment, it's kind of a cultural shock. So if you're working here at SpaceX, you got a 9-to-1 ratio of men to women. You're working with other people, so there is a big draw to go to other cities like Santa Monica, Hawthorne, California, or even Florida, and make the same or less money, or maybe even Houston for Intuitive Machines, or NASA. Even though it's a government organization, you get more exposure to more culture than what you get here at SpaceX. That is the 4th truck to come by here. That's the 4th truck full of dirt to come by. So maybe we'll see some trucks come back and get some more dirt. See? So yeah. So again, you're not going to find any family people really move down to here with their families. So you're just going to get the younger engineers and that type of thing come down here. So maybe as the area gets more developed, it will become more, there will be a shopping center here in Boca Chica and maybe a post office. There's no post office, there's no gas station, there's no shopping center, there's no restaurant here in Boca Chica if you're a member of the public. So that is why you won't find many families coming down this way. It's mostly a younger crowd. Okay, Zigamus says, Wizard, look into the Eco Rocket. Yes, the Eco Rocket is a water pressurized hot water rocket out of Belgium, I believe. I can't remember the name of the company at the moment, but yeah, it's a great company. And the founder of that company is on LinkedIn. I'm a friend with him as well. He's one of my friends on LinkedIn. Yeah, I haven't approached any of the contractors here, but one of the contractors here is CCC Construction. They do most of the construction around here. So if you don't mind doing construction at the whatever age you are, you don't mind grooming stuff, it's not necessarily going to get you a job at SpaceX, but you will make whatever it is, like $15 or $20 an hour. And you'll have a lot of fun breathing in the, as a sweeper, breathing in the dust of the dirt. As a younger person, I did do some grooming on construction sites, and I can tell you it doesn't really lead anywhere unless you're really passionate about construction. Mark says, I'm an engineer, but for fiberglass internet. Good stuff. There's some type of battery that operates off the diamonds as well. Yeah, snow globe. That's correct, Stephen. Thank you. Michael says that if a few enterprising people want to start a roadside food truck business, they can do very well at Starbase. I think that is a possibility, and that might be worth trying. What I can say is I don't know the situation over at the restaurant that's closed to the outside here at SpaceX, whether the personnel here actually spend money at that restaurant or whether they get free food as a benefit of being a SpaceX employee. But yeah, and then there are the contractors here which they do buy from the food trucks, but the food trucks are only for the SpaceX employees and contractors. I don't know if they would walk across the gap here and buy from someone who's not already subcontracted through SpaceX to provide food. But it's worth a shot. Definitely worth a shot. Yeah, Stephen, there aren't a lot of visitors down here, so it would be a inconsistent business. But maybe it would grow. You never know. Sometimes you just got to start doing something and it'll grow. So you never know. Yeah, the thing is, Michael, I don't sell anything that has just straight out sugar that'll kill people, you know? So ice cream is, just straight out ice cream is with pasteurized milk and everything else like that. I would never do that. That'll rot kids' teeth and everything else. So I will not sell that type of thing to the public. I got a bachelor's degree in holistic wellness, so I've got a lot of experience in the natural health field. Yeah, snow cones are in the same, that's just full of sugar, right? Snow cone is full of sugar. I would never sell that. Yeah. It's my opinion that a lot of people get sick because whoever's making the food in their family doesn't know anything about there you go, Garth, 5,000 spirulina cone. There we go. A lot of people don't know anything about food, so they're whoever whoever's making the food is actually like killing the other partner, and that's a good thing. I mean, if you don't believe in morality, if you have no morality, and maybe you don't even like your husband or wife, and if you're making the food, you can actually make something that'll cause diabetes or some other heart attack, right? And then they die, and you get all the money, right? You get all the. So that's I believe that's actually something that happens quite a bit here in the United States of America, at least. One of the things that I buy is seltzer water. Cold seltzer water would be something that would work. That could be a seller. There are a lot of people that come here on a Sunday, so a Sunday could maybe it's a Saturday. I forgot which day it is, but there's one day of the week where the public really comes down here, and that could be a good day to sell straight out as a food truck to the public. It has, I think so. Maybe a food license would be required, yeah. But if it's all prepackaged, then you really wouldn't need much to do. Not actually handling the food, just the packaged food. It does. Yeah, maybe some type of frozen Starbucks or something, huh? See you later, Sir Chris. I'm waiting for them to lift this tank thing here, but yeah, it's getting late. See you. Nice to see you. 10:46 in the morning. Been live for almost an hour and a half, 2 hours and a half, 2.5 hours here. Hit the like if you haven't done it already. Thanks for joining and checking in on the channel here. If you got a few bucks, drop a tip. We got a PayPal here in the description of this video. There is a donate section where there's several ways you can contribute to the channel. Whether it's money or an email or a thanks or a thumbs up or subscribe, it's all helping the channel. There will come a day when we get that surface level video imagery from these other moons and planets in our solar system. Sir Chris, Steven, thank you. Somebody, at some time in our future, if we don't blow ourselves up, or if we don't all become meditators, imagine this. Everybody here on the planet becomes a meditator. We stop all this rocket stuff, and we just grow fruit trees, and we all agree not to care much about money, and we just all have peace and joy here on the planet, and we realize that we can go out of body and we don't need these ships and everything else. So imagine that. That is one future possibility, that we shy away from technology. We use the technology we have to build a thriving and beautiful world here, more beautiful than it is currently. And every man has a wife, every wife has a man, every woman has a man, and every man has a woman. And I guess there's going to be some people with more than one wife or more than one husband. But everybody's, imagine that, a world of peace and joy and happiness where there's no meat eating, everybody's a vegetarian, and all the animals are happy just like in paradise. Or, that is one possible scenario. Another possibility is that we blow each other up with our rockets and weapons, and we keep building really awesome, advanced, fast, expensive, cutting-edge weapons, and we nuke the other people on the other side of the planet. Or maybe we have a hydrogen bomb, or maybe we have a vacuum bomb, or maybe we have a neutron bomb, or maybe we use a plasma weapon, and we can wipe out the electrical grid on the other side of the planet for the other suckers over there who we managed to attack and overcome and take control over. So that is another scenario for the Earth. But the scenario that I'm banking on is that at some point your children or my children or our children, maybe somebody already alive, maybe somebody who's already an engineer, has developed or will develop that technology which goes out there and takes that surface level video imagery of the oceans already up there in space. They've been up there for billions and if not trillions of years. So somebody's going to do it sometime in our future, and it's going to happen. So the Ocean Camera Space Corp mission has already succeeded, but we don't actually see it yet because maybe it's in the military sector and they've done it already. But for us to see it here in the public sector, it is going to happen someday. Unless we blow ourselves up or unless we all become vegetarian meditators. So, do you want to become a vegetarian meditator? Yes or no? Can you tell me? Yes? Will you join me, and everybody on the planet, all our children and all of our parents and grandparents, everybody here will commit to becoming a vegetarian and a meditator? Do we want to do that? Hello? Okay, so I'm not getting any response for that. I don't know why. Maybe the microphone is broken. I'll say it again. Does everybody here want to become a vegetarian and a meditator, and stop with this technology, and we can all just live happily and merrily on the earth and watch the animals and everything else? Is that attractive? I don't see any response here, so I'm going to get in front of the camera and say it once more. Maybe you're not hearing me. Maybe there's something broken with the mic. Paul Malacos here with Ocean Camera Space Corp. Thanks for watching. We're here looking at SpaceX launch site, and there are 3 options that I'm proposing here. We can all become meditators and vegetarians. Will you join me in this mission? We can all become vegetarian meditators and move away from technology and just help the animals and plant a lot of fruit trees here on the earth. I'm gonna go check the response. I'm looking for, not really, says Solange. The animals are already, we could just release them into the wild. Oh, come on, Dig Dug. So I got at least I got one no out of the 50 people watching on this live stream. I got one person to answer no. All right, so that is one no out of 50. Since there's no yes, I would have to assume that the others are leaning on the side of becoming vegetarian meditators, but aren't sure yet. So I will leaning on the 49 people leaning on the side of becoming a vegetarian, but not sure yet. So still mediators. So I would say, and they're not looking to meditate necessarily. They might request, if you're thinking of sending me an email for more information, the email here is info@oceancam.space. I'd be happy to answer your questions. Okay, so we got one no. So for that one person, since the rest of you are thinking about becoming a vegetarian meditator, the other option is to blow each other up. How about that? What if we build a lot of these rockets and we make them hypersonic, and we go blow up other people around the world? How's that? Can I get a yes? That would provide a lot of jobs. It would be a non-renewable resource, so we would have to keep mining the different steel out of the different iron and other things out of the ground. A lot of people would be employed all around the world. We would have almost full employment if we just turn this into a weapon facility and build a lot of hypersonic weapons. So as we launch these, it would be a one-time thing. Unless we launch it, we release the weapons, and then we have it fly back to us. But at least some part of that missile will be non-renewable. Unless we go back after it explodes and salvage the scrap metal. That would even provide more jobs. But let's just say it's non-renewable. So we would have to constantly mine the earth. We would extract the metals and build the rocket ships. We would employ a lot of people in the gas field. We would need liquid nitrogen, we would liquid oxygen, we would liquid methane, and we'd have to keep producing and manufacturing everything involved in this launch complex. And then we could direct the weapons at these different people, and we can blow them up. So, but the only problem with that scenario, even though it is full employment, eventually there won't be many people left here on the earth. So in that scenario, the second scenario, I think we would not get that video imagery of the oceans on the other moons and planets. So that is two scenarios where we would fail to get the Ocean Camera Space Corp mission accomplished. So the weapons scenario, I don't see it, it's not going to accomplish the Ocean Cam mission. So I would have to say I'm not for that second option. I would also say I'm not for the first option as well, because lazy people who meditate and eat vegetarian food all day and have fun with the in peace and joy here on the earth without going out of body, if these vegetarians aren't very good at what they're doing, if they're not very good at meditating, if they're just pretending to meditate and eat a lot of fruit and multiply and have joy here on the earth, they're not going to actually go out of body. They're just going to be 5 sense oriented individuals. It'll be somewhat the Garden of Eden. They will be not very knowledgeable, but maybe if they become good meditators as vegetarians and meditators, they will actually get that experiential imagery of the water on the other moons and planets, as I have already had myself. A good meditator who experiences the out-of-body states will have the capability of venturing to other planets and moons and seeing that ocean imagery, which I've personally seen myself. So, but the lazy vegetarian meditator will not have that experience, and it does take a little effort to learn to meditate So I would say I would not be in favor of just abandoning technology and choosing that first option of everybody here on the earth becoming a vegetarian and a meditator, because there's a lot of lazy people, and I would say the odds of everybody having that visual imagery and the capability of traveling there, whether out of body or in a ship, would be limited due to the lack of the personal motivation of many people here on the planet. So the first option is out, mostly. I would say mostly. The second option, it's a bad second option where we build a lot of weapons and we kill each other over and over. It's not a good scenario for Ocean Camera Space Corp mission coming to be. So if we prevent people from leaving the planet in order to protect the rest of the solar system, I don't see us ever getting that video imagery of the oceans on another moon or planet. So this sterilization program to contain the population of the Earth to the Earth, the prison planet program, is not going to achieve the Ocean Camera Space Corp mission. So in order to empower the people, I'm not for empowering the people, actually. If we merge the vegetarian meditator with the technological warrior, if we merge those two people, we can get the technological meditator, and at that point we can achieve the Ocean Camera Space Corp mission. Because not only do we want to have the capability of getting that video imagery, we want to have the goodness of sharing that imagery with the rest of the people around the world. As long as it's a military space race warring competitive thing, we're not going to achieve it. So the third option is to actually, that our kids or grandkids or somebody will eventually achieve, if we don't all become meditators and vegetarians, and if we don't all blow each other up here on the planet, that third option will happen, and someone will get out there and eventually show that video imagery to the rest of us here on the planet. So I consider the Ocean Camera Space Corp mission is a success. We will be successful. I have seen it already. We will be successful. And one of the reasons I believe it is because I have been accused of stealing water from a moon here in our solar system. So it's a done deal, everybody. We're going to get that video imagery, surface level video imagery from a moon here in our solar system. We will be the first to do it because nobody else is chicken shit enough to show it to the public. So we are going to be the first of our human species to get that surface level and subsurface level video imagery, and simultaneously we will be accused of stealing the water from that moon or planet. Let's see what time it is. Let's see what time it is. It's 11:01. So they have about 45 minutes to do this lift. If they don't do it now, they're gonna go to lunch in about 44 minutes. It's just past 11 a.m. here at July 29, 2022. If it happens, I will put a timestamp here in the video. If it doesn't happen, I will relabel the stream to prep for lift. I will add that to the title. If it happens in this video, I will just put a timestamp to the lift so you can jump ahead. Dig Dug says, have you seen them test the gates in the last couple of days? Dig Dug, what I can tell you is the gates do not work. The gate here to the left, you can see here to the right of the guard station is a space that the gate on the left comes out and over that area. And although they are putting up the gate there on the left, they have not worked out the capability for the gate, once it gets past to the right here, to be suspended by anything. So at the current moment, what they're in the practice of taking a jack for an automobile jack, and you know how sometimes you can rest something on that jack and slide the jack over, and since the jack has wheels on it, you can kind of suspend something on the jack while you move the jack. Like the car, like you're gonna change your wheel, you need a jack for the to raise the vehicle up while you switch out the tire. So they the last time they did this, they put the edge of that fence onto a jack, and they slid the jack all the way over here to the right in order to suspend the gates while it was being closed. So they haven't figured that out yet, but they did take some measurements once they had closed it and had made it, this side was closed as well, and I guess maybe they marked some things on that gate and was doing some calculations on what they need to do to make sure it will eventually work. Yeah, the gate doesn't work right now. So we have a licensing fee. Occasionally someone will say, hey, can I restream some of your videos? And I will say pretty much, if you want to pay $150 to restream the videos a month, you're welcome to fill out the paperwork, send us the money, and we will put you down on the list as approved to restream and use the content here. Otherwise, the answer is no. We do not allow restreaming or taking of any clips of videos off the Ocean Cam channel to make your own video. We do not approve of that. And if or when that happens, the practice here is to notify YouTube that someone has used some part of the video, and we get it, we take the monetization and we get it taken down or modified somehow so that that clip of footage is not included in other people's videos. So there is a licensing agreement here if you'd like to become a respectable reuser of information. And there's the link at oceancam.space that you can look for licensing. As we get into the tour, we have some options for tours here of SpaceX, and it's about a 2 to 3 hour tour that we can provide for small groups, or even up to from maybe 4 people up to about 12 people. We have a van that can accommodate 14, but one or two of those 14 people And also depending on the size or conditions, or maybe someone has a baby stroller or something, it'll be a little bit less. So we can really do 4 to 12 people in a tour, and we would check out the different sites here at the SpaceX, including the build site from the road, and where I'm standing now. With we can walk down to the beach and answer any questions, etc. So that's available on the oceancam.space website. There's a tours, more information for that. You can also email info@oceancam.space, and we can provide that tour. Every hour these Nightbot notifications come up, so I haven't really mentioned it so much today. All right, we're up to date. All right, the crane has a red light on it. Means they're not doing anything right now. They may be breaking for lunch here, is what they might be doing. We got a new dump truck showing up, empty. Oh, it's got a green light now again. They just turned the light back on that crane, green light. There's a lot of work going on right now over by the Chopsticks and the orbital launch platform. Yeah, the crane driver just turned the light on the crane green as well. Yeah. I don't see any guide ropes attached to the booster 7.1. That's the only thing that hasn't happened yet. A lot of times, often, when they do a lift of something like that, they will attach some ropes to the side in case there's wind or something, and they haven't done that yet. There is a blue lift to the bottom right of the 7.1 where they could use that to attach those ropes. Maybe it's such a small lift they wouldn't need to do it, and it's not a very windy day, but they haven't done that yet. I am going to get out of here in 45 minutes or less. I'm going to go to town. I got some stuff to do.
there's a lot of people working on the overlaunch platform right now, and also the chopsticks. So there's nobody over at the Starship right now. Starship 24, nobody there, as I can see. But all the attention seems to be over at the chopsticks and the overlaunch platform, in addition to that 7.1 that we're watching. Start. Just kick the thing here. All right, got some people walking up some type of yellow ladder over there, just to the right of the booster 7.1. Maybe they'll go up and attach those side guidelines. All right, we had a lift, everybody. The lift is happening right now. 177 in 40 seconds. Got the guide wires here at the bottom. got this in 4K too, everybody. It is pretty much down. They're just moving it a little bit, but it is on the rests that are all around the base of the 7.1 there. It is almost sitting. call it there. So they have moved the 7.1 to that stand which was in the back there that we were speculating this morning as a possibility. Good stuff. I will put a timestamp in this video and also add the word lifted for the Booster 7.1 lifted. It was around 174 minutes into the stream here. So it's about 17 minutes ago they started the lift here. And that's I'll wait till we see the slack in the stripes, you know, the straps up there at the top, but that will be the clear indicator that it's over. They will most likely store this here on site until next week. There are no road closures between today and Sunday night, so they will have to keep this here until at least Monday morning. At 10 a.m. there's a road closure, proposed road closure scheduled for Monday, August 1st, 2022. I got some of this video with the other camera as well, so I'll upload those shots with a Nikon maybe later today. see what time we have here. I'm gonna call it here, and we'll be uploading some footage of this later today. I may do another live stream tonight. Tom, they moved the 7.1 off of that and over to the stand there, so the lift is over. If you go back about 22 minutes, 23 minutes, SPMT inbound was Gary with counterweights. All right, I think I'll stay around until that gets here. Gary, how far away is that? Is that over by all the way over at the build site, or is it on its way already? Like somewhere in between the roadblock and here? If it's just an SPMT with some weights, I can. And if it's far away, I can just leave it as is. All right, I'll leave that for the other cameras to get. Enjoy, everybody. It's been a lot of fun. Signing out, July 29, 2022, Ocean Camera Space Corp. Palomacos. Later. Thank you, Gary, everybody. Sir talking, Sir Talk a Lot, Solange. Who else is here? Dig Doug, Mark, Chris. Take care. Tez. Adios.